Hello. Today, we're going to take a look at the participant dashboard for a Mentor Collective program as seen as someone who is a mentee. So we're going to start with what the mentee registration process looks like. Throughout this video, we're going to be using a demonstration program, but you can imagine that this is your program at Mentor Collective. So right now, this is what a mentee would see if they clicked a registration link in a program. They're going to land on a page that looks something like this, saying they should sign up in order to get a mentor. So let's sign up, pretending that our name is Rebecca Johnson. Rebecca can read our privacy policy, as well as our terms of use. And check this box here to say that they agree. Then just click sign up. At this point, Rebecca is now registered in the program. We're recommending some next steps, such as giving us their phone number. This phone number will be used throughout the program to send them reminders for certain things, such as logging conversations with their counterpart. So let's assume that we're skipping this step for now. The next step is to encourage Rebecca to take the matching survey. Let's just assume that Rebecca's actually going to skip this step here and leave. Maybe they go to Google Maps. Now they come back later and they land on their dashboard page, and this is what they're seeing. So they are registered for this program, they're seeing information about the program, and most importantly, they're being encouraged to take that matching survey since they skipped it earlier. So this is what their homepage looks like. They see that very large encouragement at the top to take that matching survey, as well as their mentorship checklist that has all of the other important tasks that they need to complete. So for example, taking the matching survey is up at the top, but there's also some optional things for example, taking a readiness expectations kind of course so that they can learn a little bit more about what the program is like, sharing a video or testimonial, watching a couple of other videos, uploading a profile photo, and more. So let's assume that Rebecca has landed on their homepage here. They want to take the matching survey, but first they want to learn a little bit more about what it is to be in a mentorship program at Mentor Collective. They can start searching around here on all the different pages in the dashboard. They can click on mentorships, and this page they'll see, oh, you're not matched yet, so we don't have anyone to share with you. The resources page, this shares all the different types of resources that our mentees and mentors can use to work towards their mentees' goals. The page is also filterable, so our mentees and mentors can look at, for example, just the resources that are going to work towards academic support. And any goals that the mentees might be interested in. The community page here will give you a quick overview of who the other mentees and mentors are in your program. For example, in this program, it looks like we've got quite a few mentees and mentors who identify as the first in their family to attend college. And then you can take a look at this FAQ page, either for mentees or for mentors, to learn a little bit more about what it means to be part of Mentor Collective. So you can see your mentee responsibilities, look through some frequently asked questions, things like that. So now that Rebecca has looked a little bit more around their dashboard, it's time for them to take the matching survey. They'll click in to do that here. Before I do that, I just want to let you know the matching survey that you're going to see is, again, a demonstration matching survey that we've created for this demo program. Your matching survey can be configured to meet the needs of your program. So this is what the matching survey will look like for Rebecca. They're asked a number of questions that they can answer in order to help us identify a little bit more about who they are and who their best mentor fit might be. So let's say, for example, academic subjects they're interested in are the arts and science and technology. Career fields they're interested in are computer and technology and art. Telling us a little about themselves and their history. So they're interested in studying abroad. Maybe they speak multiple languages. Perhaps They're not sure what to study. Do they want a mentor who's had any of these life experiences, perhaps caring for a family member, their parents are separated? Which languages are you comfortable holding a conversation in? We'll say English and Spanish. Your ideal mentor's main college major. Let's go with art. Interests, performing in a band, reading, and writing. We'll say Rebecca is 20 years old and wants a mentor who is 2 years older than them. This is a very important question that we take into consideration when matching our mentees. What are the preferences that are most important for them? So of all the things that they listed here, which ones matter the most to them? We'll say that for Rebecca, Rebecca really wants to make sure that their mentor and them have faced similar challenges in life. Rebecca identifies as female and white non-Hispanic. Would like to meet with their mentor, we'll say about once or twice a month. This is when we ask if a mentee would like to be matched with somebody through just occasional text messages. We'll say for Becca, yes, this seems like it could work. Would you be open to connecting over other platforms? Maybe Rebecca's not really super interested in social media, so none of the above, but if they were, they could share different social media links here. What is one short-term question you would want help with? We'll say, what's the best way to make new friends on campus? What's one longer-term goal you'd like help with? So this is something that they'll be working on with their mentor. Looks like making friends is a good fit for Rebecca. And this is a great example of a custom question you might be adding into your matching survey. Of course, this is a demonstration program, so it's a little bit of a silly question for us, but you can imagine that it's a question that's important for your specific program. And we'll say that Rebecca identifies most with Elizabeth Bennett. And now Rebecca will read through all these terms here and type in her name to say that she agrees. Submit. So now that the matching survey has been submitted by Rebecca, there's no more call to action at the top of the page to complete the matching survey. Instead, we let Rebecca know that we're searching for the best possible match for them. And in the meantime, they can review some resources to guide their mentorship. We also have a couple of new sections showing up here. We have a little indication here to see what their goals are. If we reload this page, we'll see that Rebecca did submit that matching survey, so we can see the goals that they have are to make friends. And if they click here, they can see all the resources that are attached to this program that are related to making friends, which is really great. We also see that because Rebecca isn't matched yet, we're suggesting some items that they can look to help them learn how to kick off their mentorship, right? This will identify any of the resources in the program that have the topic of mentorship tips. So things like tips for your first message, creating goals, having difficult conversations, the kinds of things that might be important to think about or consider when you're about to kick off a new relationship with someone. So at this point, Rebecca can sit tight, perhaps go through some of the other tasks in their task list until they are matched with their mentor. So let's jump in and look at a profile of somebody who actually is matched already. This is Amanda. This is Amanda's profile page. Amanda is a mentee and is already matched with their mentor, Javi, which is really great. Again, Amanda is seeing some great things on their profile page to help direct what their mentorship should be focused on. So for example, Amanda has selected 2 goals. One is succeeding in classes and the other is making friends. So again, we share some resources here that Amanda could check out in order to reach that goal of succeeding in class and or the goal of making friends. Also, because Amanda hasn't logged any conversations with their mentor yet, we still have this mentorship tip stuff helping to support them as they think through how to kick off that new relationship. Amanda, because they're matched, can also now click in to their mentor to learn a little bit about who they are. So let's click on Javi. And we can learn a little bit more about who Javi is, their contact information, how often they would like to be in contact with their mentee, a little bit more about them from a demographic standpoint. And then we could also see here any communications that have been logged between Javi and Amanda. So far, Amanda hasn't filled out any conversation logs with Javi yet, so nothing is showing here. But let's see what happens if Amanda does log a conversation. So she can easily do that by clicking on this log conversation button. This is what it will look like when Amanda jumps in to start logging a conversation with Javi. Again, this survey might look a little bit different in your program, but this is a great example to walk through in the demo. So first, we'll be asking, how did you communicate when you were talking to Javi? We'll say that they were talking via video chat. What general topics did you talk about? This was their first meeting, so mostly they were just getting to know each other, but also because Amanda has that goal of making friends, perhaps they were talking a little bit about activities. We ask, I feel well adjusted or prepared for my school environment, and Amanda can give us an answer on a scale of 1 to 7. We'll say 6. What is one question your mentor has helped you answer? How do they help you answer it? So we'll say, Javi helped me learn about some of the new clubs on campus by sending me a link to the school club's website. How likely is it that you would recommend this program to another student? So far, Amanda's having a really great experience, so we're going to say 7. Submit that. And now as we reload this page, Amanda sees that past conversation that was just submitted and can get a reminder of exactly what it was that Amanda and Javi discussed together. This is a really great way to remind yourself of the discussions that you've had in the past with your mentee or mentor before you jump into your next conversation. And of course, this conversation log will also appear on the partner dashboard that you can view when you look at Amanda and Javi's mentorship profile. So that's just a quick overview of what the participant dashboard looks like in Mentor Collective if you are a mentee. I hope that's helpful, and we can share more information with you soon.